All right, guys, I kind of got ahead of myself on this one here. I totally forgot I was going to show you guys what I'm doing here. I'm taking this 1984 CR250R and I am stripping all the paint off the engine cases, the motor, whole 9 yards. Might repaint it, might not. I'm going to see how it looks. You guys can see this is some of my first go-arounds. Turned out pretty good. That was all black. Same thing with the head. All black. Cleaned it all up. Looks pretty darn good if you ask me. Like this, and I did run a wire wheel across it. I still got to clean this up a little bit more. This really wasn't black, it's just all full of carbon and stuff, but you can see how that's turning out. What I'm using this aircraft paint remover. This is a non-methylene chloride. People complain about it, say it's junk and all this other stuff. Honestly, it works pretty good if you ask me, in my opinion. So I think it works pretty good for what's going on with it. It's not as good as its old formula, but it is working good, so I like it. It does take me a couple coats. It does take way longer than 45 minutes for it to get most of the paint off on the side cases and the engine cases and stuff. You'll see here in a second that this is my second coat. It's been setting since yesterday, wrapped up in plastic. So let's take a look at the cylinder. We'll take a gander at that, see what it looks like. I know I did take a little bit off of it yesterday. I'm gonna throw some gloves on. We'll open it up, and I just use a few different things here. Let me show it to you real quick. I'll just point the camera down. What I use on it here, it's just some hand tools. You know, some brass brushes, steel, some little wire wheels, some not nearly as aggressive wire wheels and stuff like that. I throw it on my drill or in my Dremel. I got a foot pedal one, it works really good. And I also use a wire wheel on a bench grinder. Crap, I can't think of the name of this stuff. So let me throw my gloves on here and real quick, and we'll see what this cylinder looks like. Cylinder still needs to be honed out. It's been sitting for a long time. It's got a little bit of rust in it. So we're just seeing if we can actually do something with the motor. Just having a little bit of fun during downtime. I don't have a bunch going on here in the shop right now. Winter time's coming, getting cold. Not a lot of people are riding. So let's see what this thing looks like. All right, I got the gloves on. Guys should definitely wear safety glasses, gloves, have a well-ventilated place to do this at. Move this stuff off to the side here. Let's just see what it looks like. And I'll probably end up going on my wire wheel again on my bench grinder just to kind of make my life a little bit easier in certain areas. So you can see it's kind of gummy. That's going to happen. Just don't let it set too long. But let's grab... Here, there's a little steel brush. Let's see what happens here. You guys can see, I already got some of it off. You can see the discoloration. That's basically just the dried up stuff on it. So there you go. You can see that. Just a little bit of elbow grease, scrubbing it, and it comes right off. So we're gonna run through this and see how much we can get off in this. This is my second coat on this one. Like I said, sometimes it's gonna take 2 or 3 times to do this and let it set for quite a long time. The stuff does dry pretty quick, so you definitely want to keep it wrapped in plastic to help keep the moisture in there. And I'm just going to scrub this down real quick and see what this thing looks like and how much more we got to go. And then I'm going to do that off camera so we don't waste any time on here. Not going to run a time lapse or anything, so I'll catch you guys here in a few. All right, guys, so I've gotten all the paint I want to take off this motor right now. Just trying to go through everything, clean it up really nice. I didn't do anything on the inside, just the outside of the cases. Cleaned them all up really good. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint it or if I'm going to buff it out and leave it an aluminum color. You know, this is that 84 CR250. Haven't really decided 100% yet. Cylinder head. See, the cylinder's done. Case halves. Did the slip-on, spark arrestor, whatever you want to call it. Everything else. So... all the paint that I want to strip off the motor is stripped off. It looks way, way better. I have found a couple issues on the crankcase. It looks like somebody had broke something before. Try to weld it up. There's a little bit of JB weld there. Little boss that broke off, which is a pretty common thing you see. And then you can kind of see a little bit of wear there on the Kickstarter. Other than that, everything looks really, really good. Honed out the cylinder, ball honed it the other day. That turned out really nice. So I think the next step here is to get a standard size piston and rings for it. I found an intake also for it, for the reed valve intake. That's not cracked, brand new, aftermarket. Well, aftermarket, it's not OEM, but it's made after the OEM part. So I think the next step is here just to start cleaning everything up and make my decision on if I'm going to paint the crankcases or if I'm going to leave them an aluminum color. I'm really liking the aluminum color, but I don't know if I want to take the time to buff all the marks out of the cases because it's pretty corroded, pretty beat up from all those years of setting out in the weather and all that stuff and neglect. So let me know what you guys think. Should I paint it or should I leave it?